I looked at this side of the table. You can just...
You're always off.
You can
No, I'll do Thunder Down Under. Okay, what do you need me to do? What do you need? What do you need?
That was last week, Kyle.
Thunder.
We, of course, want to show you... Yeah, that was that week. Some highlights, of course, because it's the latest installment in this AFC rivalry. Kyle, what do we got for today?
All right, so every once in a while we like to do this. Peter is an encyclopedia of where players played their college ball in the NFL. We like to quiz him on this. So I'm going to do this Colts-Patriots highlight,
Yes.
and there are 20 alma maters I'm going to mention. Nate and Kay, out of 20, how many do you think Peter knows of these Patriots and Colts players?
19.
Thank
Okay,
you,
19.
I'm going 18.
8.
That's
All right.
That's
19,
like
18. At least that'll be
right.
easy,
Yeah.
Peter. Hamilton,
$1.
keep score. Let's roll Colts, Patriots, Peter Schrager, Emory University. Let's do it. Frank Reich from
Maryland.
against Josh McDaniels from
John Carroll.
John Carroll. Peter's off to a good start. There's Tom Brady from
Tom Brady, Michigan.
Tom Brady's out there with Julian Edelman from.
Kent State via San Mateo. The college.
Oh,
of San
Peter's
Mateo.
flexing on it. All right, first play of the game, we go to Edelman. We haven't seen him in over 600 days. That's a 9-yard gain. They got him involved very early. 5 plays later, you're going to go to Edelman again. San Mateo, Peter's in
College of San Mateo.
College of San Mateo. All right, so Edelman's down in the red zone. Not quite the red zone, but outside the 30-yard line. The next play, 1st and 10 from the 37. We're going to go to Robert Gronkowski from
Arizona. Bear down.
Arizona. Peter is still flawless as the Patriots get inside the red zone. So do they go to Edelman here to get him the touchdown? No. They go to Cordero Patterson from
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Peter, Tennessee.
Feeling it.
We're throwing a perfect game. Second quarter. Now, Brady was pretty much throwing a perfect game, too. It's 3rd and goal. Brady's going to go over the top. Rushing touchdown for you fantasy owners and a rushing touchdown for the reality owners. That would be Robert Kraft, who owns it. Peter from?
Robert Kraft, I want to say Brandeis.
That was a bonus one. I added it. James White with the touchdown from?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. All right, the Robert Kraft didn't count. It was
I don't think it's right.
Columbia, 2 ties for him. All right, 3rd quarter now. The Colts ball trailing 24-3. Andrew Luck from
Stanford.
He's going to look for the guy who's been his receiver all season, Eric Ebron from
UNC.
UNC. We are throwing a perfect game. No one talk to Peter. Just leave him alone. Ensuing Patriots possession. Tom Brady's going to go to Chris Hogan from
Monmouth via Penn State.
correct, but it's intercepted by Matthias Farley from
I don't know.
Notre Dame. Notre Dame, Peter, you got to know Notre Dame. Wake up the echoes. Next Patriots possession. Gronkowski flips it up in the air, intercepted by Najee Good from
Country Roads, West Virginia.
That's absolutely correct. Najee Good was West Virginia. Got the interception. Andrew Luck is fired up because the Colts are mounting a comeback here. They're going to try to steal this thing.
You're mad about the
4th quarter. Colts ball trailing 24-10. Andrew Luck is going to throw complete to Eric Swope.
I love Eric Spoke.
From
college hoops player at Miami.
The U. Peter College Hoops. We
Unbelievable.
love the bonus details. Next Patriots possession. Brady's going to try to put this thing to bed because the Colts get within 1 touchdown. They're trying to steal it in Foxborough. Brady looking. Michigan man. Ann Arbor, big house. Lloyd Carr throws to Josh Gordon from
Baylor.
Baylor
was churning out receivers.
It worked.
Terrence Williams and Corey Coleman. Gordon might be the best of all.
Down in Waco, Texas. Chip and Joanna, we love you. Take another
Chip
look.
and Joanna
All right. Brady with 500 touchdown passes, only behind Brett Favre from
Southern Miss.
and Peyton Manning from
Tennessee.
That is it. The Patriots win. They put that one to bed. There's Luck and Brady as the Patriots win in Foxborough, and they exchange pleasantries 38-24. Rob Gronkowski joins the NFL Network post-game crew featuring Willie McGinnis from
USC.
Michael Irvin from
The U.
Mike Robb from
Penn State.
and Colleen Wolfe from
Drexel.
Drexel is down. Tom Brady, take it away. Or post-game crew.
What'd you think about that spike?
It was A+. Josh Gordon did a great job. It was unbelievable touchdown catch, and the Gronk spike was legit.
It was legit. You had a big night too. You became 2nd all-time in Patriots receiving. You passed Wes Welker on the list there.
What?
Records were broken all over the field tonight. But what's it like now with this offense, having seen it with and without Julian Edelman? Now that you have Edelman back and Gordon in there, what does that do for you?
Just having Edelman back coming in this Monday, he brought the juice. He brings the juice to the locker room, and that's what we needed. We needed some of that. I got to step up, bring some more juice. But having them, having Julian underneath, having Josh Gordon out there, we're just coming together. We're just starting to click now, and we just got to keep working hard. We got to keep going out to the practice field, develop chemistry with each other, and bring it out to the game field.
500 touchdowns for your quarterback over his career, man. You got any idea how many of those touchdowns you caught?
I caught some of them, but 500 touchdowns, it's just unbelievable.
76
76 of them. I mean, it's just an honor to be part of the 500 number. But Brady, he's just an unbelievable player. Just the work ethic he has and the ability for him just to come out every single year, every single practice, every single game is just unbelievable.
Good night for Gronk. Tom Brady now tied with current Colt and former Patriot Adam Vinatieri for most wins by a player in NFL history. How about that? Here is the man himself, Tom Brady, on his 500th career touchdown pass to newbie Josh Gordon.
That was a great play Josh made, jumping over the top of two defenders. And, it tells you the kind of confidence I have in a really short period of time. So, he's earned it, and happy to see him make that play. Cordell made a great play on the one touchdown. James made a great play on the one that he caught. So we're working there. I mean, this week we actually didn't even have any practices. We just had a bunch of walkthroughs. So still a lot of football left. We obviously have a lot of room to make improvements in a lot of areas. And that's where we're going to be focused on. We play a great team in Kansas City coming up. So, hopefully we can learn from the first 5 weeks and move forward and play a lot better football.
Brady, Kraft and company looking ahead, of course, to next week. They've got the Chiefs in 10 days to prepare for them. But before we get there, 19 out of 20, my man.
Good, but apologies to Robert Kraft, who's probably watching the show, one of our owners in the league. I said Brandeis. Jeffrey Lurie's a Brandeis guy. We know you're a Columbia guy. I'm sorry, Terry.
Yeah, graduate school at Harvard for him. You got 19, and I called 19.
You did, okay.
I'd say I'm wrong, though. I think you got 20. The fact that you knew College of San Mateo, the Bulldogs,
I want that
college.
Edelman throwback jersey. College of San Mateo.
Jersey. If you were to go all the way uptown to Columbia, the field at Columbia is named after Mr. Kraft and his family. It's incredible.
For those at home, you couldn't see Schrager while we were doing the highlights.
He was so mad at himself.
His fingers are up, and then he goes into this very zen mode. So that's what the fingers are for. He kind of blacked out when he was doing.
You gave up the bloop single to ruin the perfect game.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You'll get it next week, maybe. Matthias Farley and Robert Kraft.
I thought it was a choke.
Shut up.
Right. That was my greatest moment.
500 touchdowns for Tom Brady. 10 days to prepare for the Chiefs. But the Chiefs cannot look on beyond their opponent on Sunday. They are taking on the #1 scoring defense in the league in the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. They're at Arrowhead, and there's a lot going on Twitter and just sound from these players, especially Jalen Ramsey, having a lot to say about facing Tyreek Hill.
He's good for what he does for the team. He made All-Pro as a return specialist. Let's get that right. As a return specialist, his rookie year. He went to 2 Pro Bowls as a return specialist. 2 years. I made All-Pro in my position as a corner. Went to the Pro Bowl as a corner. So it's not a wide receiver versus corner matchup.
Oh, boy. And here we go again. Ramsey, Hill, this matchup, is it going to be a thing? Do you have thoughts?
Of course I have thoughts. Now, like I said, I watch a lot of infomercials, and I'm influenced by them. I feel like this guy Tyreek Hill is as versatile as any infomercial.
Okay.
I once saw a Super Slicer, did everything.
Yes.
That's like Tyreek. So,
Nate, have you sawed a boat in half?
Yes, exactly. So here's the thing. I'll say this. Jalen, you're right. He is a return specialist. He has 5 returns, and they're always explosive. He has 4 punt returns and 1 kickoff return. But also say this, just like an infomercial. But wait, there's more. I need you to focus on Tyreek for more than just a return specialist. Jalen, you're one of our favorites, bro. I love when you talk. I love what you do on the field. But he has 13 touchdowns of 50 yards or more since entering the league in 2016. No one else has more than 4. That is a guy that can do it all as a returner, as a wide receiver, and coming out of the backfield. He had 1,100 yards last year. That's not just a returner. That's a guy that is a wide receiver. And how about this? He's caught 72% of his career targets, the deep threats. The gold standard for deep threats, guys being undersized, is who? Deshaun Jackson, of course. He's done that 60% in just twice in 10 years. Like, for me to look at Tyreek Hill as just a returner, you got to be out of your mind. So, Jalen, I feel you and I love you, but Tyreek is a wide receiver, and he could go over the top of you.
We'll find out, won't we? I mean, we're going to find out, because I love Jalen's take. I love All-Pro as a returner. I'm not out there covering punts. I play defense wide receivers. Nate, 13 touchdowns, all right? How many of those did he just run a 9 pattern, just gone? Is that a wide receiver, or is that a track star who has really good hands? He's going to have to be a wide receiver. He hasn't put that foot in the ground. I want to see him break Jalen off, not run by him.
Okay. I want to address the Jaguars' defense for a second.
Okay.
Because the Chiefs' offense is doing things on a historic pace right now, and the Jaguars' defense has a ton of bravado. They're carrying themselves as the #1 defense in the league. But last year, when you were on national television, Jaguars' defense gave up 42 points to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a playoff game, and Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye were giving up long touchdowns to Antonio Brown. Last year, go to the fourth quarter of the AFC Championship game. You're up 10 in the AFC Championship game.
What happened?
The Jaguars' defense couldn't stop Tom Brady and Danny Amendola. So to the Jaguars' defense, if you're watching, I love all the talk. We have Telvin Smith on the show. We love hearing it. Jalen Ramsey, you are a gift from the gods with your mouth and your play. You've been given all the recognition, all the acknowledgments. The entire country's watching you this weekend. Go and stomp on those Kansas City Chiefs if you think you guys are worthy of that conversation. Go and show us, instead of talking about it, show us that in a big game, the Jaguars' defense is like the '85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens. I like the Jaguars' defense. I need to see them show up and do it on the biggest of stages when everyone's doubting them on national TV.
I'm just not falling for it, this whole Tyreek Hill Jalen thing. Jalen does this all the time, and he never ends up covering the guy. He's not a cover corner. It's not how it works. It's not going to be this matchup between him and Gronk or him and Antonio Brown. A.J. Boye gets most of those snaps against those top wide receivers. So he's always talking about this wideout, and I think it's like a mental thing to throw us off the fact that he's not actually going to be covering that guy. I'm not going to get, but for how long? For how many snaps?
A handful of snaps, but a handful of snaps can change a game, okay?
That's true.
Or it could be 30. We don't know.
I don't know. We don't know, but I'm not falling for it because I feel like he always gets me all riled up for like some crazy matchup that's going to emerge as some rivalry, and it never quite pans out. Jalen Ramsey is looking for his first interception, and Tyreek Hill's looking for his first 100-yard game since week 1. All right, let's move on, though, and welcome in our guy, Ian Rappaport. He's got some news about everything shaken in the league. And let's start with the Panthers coming off a bye, and tight end Greg Olsen, who was on our show last week, was back in action at practice. So what are we talking about here? Is he getting back on the field soon?
He really may, and the fact that Greg Olsen was in shells and a helmet yesterday was pretty noteworthy as he tries to recover from a broken foot without surgery. The team could have put him on injured reserve, could have just simply had the procedure to fix the broken foot like he did last time, be on IR, then come back later in the season. Olsen opted not to do that. And I remember I had a source tell me in the middle of September that he wanted to come back in 4 or 5 weeks, and I reported it, but I certainly was curious or maybe a little skeptical just about that timeline because it seems so improbable. Well, the fact that Olsen practiced yesterday, probably going to practice today, barring any setbacks, could in fact be ready to go on Sunday, is remarkable. So the Panthers have so many guys new on the field. Thomas Davis returns from a suspension. Eric Reed, of course, now their starting safety. They may actually have their star tight end back on Sunday as well.
All right, Ian, we came off a conversation talking about Tyreek Hill's one of the speediest guys in the league, and then led us to our conversation about the foot injury. How about we combine those? The foot injury, Travis Benjamin, who was a speedster for the Chargers.
I see what you did there, putting it all together. Let's talk about Travis Benjamin, who, by the way, was spotted at practice yesterday with a cast on his foot. This is a foot injury that he actually has battled for most of this year, hasn't quite been able to get healthy, and it sounds like, from what I understand, they're going to have to wait a little longer. He is out 2 to 3 weeks at least with that foot injury, so not going to play this week, not going to play next week. They have a game against the Titans and may be able to get on the field 4, but then they have a bye during week 8, so maybe that is the more realistic return date for Benjamin as he tries finally to get healthy for the Chargers.
Chargers Oakland on Sunday. So many exciting games, and we appreciate you, as usual, giving us the scoop on everything going on. Ian Rappaport, follow him on Twitter @RapSheet. Listen to his podcast as well, and keep it here on Good Morning Football. What do we got coming up, Kyle?
Well, we're going to talk about one of our favorites, Nuke, the Bomb, and the Texans, and we're going to make our picks. Every show does their picks. We do it on our own style. Weekend picks, the GMFB grass-fed certified something or another.
I'm waiting for Deshaun Watson to come in.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. Deshaun Watson cameoed yesterday. Our show was fun.
Plus, he's been dealing with injuries this whole season. Will we see Dalvin Cook return to the backfield on Sunday? We have the latest update on Cook after the break. They got to get that run game going. You're right.
Cook at me now.
I said cook at me now. Is that
No.
We're going to see if people can guess where these crispy chicken tenders are from.
That's a great chicken.